Mental health is important. If you are experiencing any level of mental distress or unease, please seek professional help. Therapists and psychiatrists are there to provide a safe and reliable space to process stress and difficult situations through various methods. They are there to provide preventative and post-care for such things. If you are experiencing a situation that requires immediate or emergency attention, please check the links below for crisis and emergency options. You can also find links below to charities that help children in need. Any help you can provide would be appreciated. Our social media, Ko-Fi, Throne, and Discord server are linked below as well. The Discord is a community gaming space with a completely optional section for dungeons and moogles.
We're back on the Highroad of Maluviette. Or at least, we almost are. As last session, you essentially finished up with trying to make sure the town was ready to go, that someone would be put in charge temporarily that was trustworthy, which ultimately Nick is the one being left in charge. You got the hole essentially widened out so that the rest of the bodies were to be gathered around town and put inside of it, and a mass grave essentially formed in the center of town with a large stone memorial in which they are carving all the names of the deceased. Tempest, you had a moment with Ferroti, essentially no real words spoken, where she handed you her divine relics, or more, she put them in your bag, and you found them there. And Twilight cut her hand off, was covered in mayo, after a night of drinking and carousing in a little bit of celebration of it all. With Bias and Geraldine's assistance, her hand is at least reattached and more or less functional. She's also working on cleaning everything up. As Wrath, you were cooking breakfast for everyone. Tempest, Bias, I don't remember what the two of you were doing, though.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, John, a blank here. I actually don't know where we left off. Exactly, in full.
Well, I guess we'll start by deciding what you are working on, Bias, what you are doing. Nick has just turned around to head back out to continue coordinating everyone and make sure the carving is getting done properly on the memorial. Wrath is cooking breakfast. Twilight is still paralyzed for the time being, at least, until the effects of Geraldine's medicine check on her wears off. And Geraldine has once again wandered off as well.
I'm going to check on the hermit.
He is not
Oh,
here.
no,
He
we're
is
not
back
there.
at the Ensign Fortress.
sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry. My brain is so fucking fried, dude. I'm gonna help Nick and just stand there, kind of give them moral support.
Sounds good. Obviously that can go on all day, so as long as you choose to be doing that, you can cut in at any time to say that you're joining whatever someone else is doing. Tempest, I remember exactly where you were.
A lot of...
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead and say what you're saying, Bias. Or Deuce.
My bad. He hasn't spent a lot of time with Nick, so he's gonna... Because he knows we're probably going back to the Highroad soon, so he's gonna spend more time with Nick.
Yeah. Tempest, I remembered exactly where you were, though. You were raiding the fridge for bacon. Because we left off with Wrath trying to get a chunk of that from you to cook for everybody else. So you are in the kitchen with Wrath as he is cooking.
Yeah, it may taste better cooked, but I don't have the patience to wait. Breakfast's almost done.
Find something to do. It'll be ready shortly. I'll get you then.
I could do so much.
Exercise
my
this
brain
morning?
is fried too. My brain's fried. I just remember the cliffhanger. We left off literally with what Tempest was doing. You went to make sure that the other residents had made it back to town from the forest. You had just had a conversation with Gary. Gary was heading to go meet Vodum, and that's where we left off. So this is what you're doing after that little conversation about finding something to do. You are currently out by the manor.
Okay. What is their names? My first goal is to go to the house.
It's Vodum's house now, I guess, technically, but it was Pyranicus and Ricta were his parents. The bodies were already collected by you and Wrath previously as well.
That's right. But I only met with Gary, not the other.
Yep, you have not met with Vodum yet since they returned to town.
So yeah, I'm gonna wander around for a bit, kind of just eyeing everything, making sure all is going smoothly, people are present in their homes and mingling about, and try to keep an eye out for Rodham as well.
So it was something you kind of pointed out, I guess, last time you didn't necessarily make it, that there's a decent chance that Vodum is at his house specifically, which is near the outskirts of town, on a different side of town from the manor. And that's where you directed, or where Gilly said he's going first. So if you're looking for Vodum specifically, your best bet would be to follow him and just kind of keep an eye out to see what everyone else is doing along the way.
Okay, fair enough. Tag him along.
You're going, since you're going to be away from like the town square and where a lot of the work is going on, you notice that the townsfolk are trying to go about normal day tasks, such as washing their laundry, putting it up on drying lines. They're, trying to take care of the areas out front of their houses, like making sure the road's in good repair, stuff like that. They're checking things that normally a person wouldn't do in day-to-day as they're trying to get back to daily life. They're still a little concerned about their own perceptions of things, having been under this false pretense in their mutation for months at this point. But they are trying their best to get back to daily life. When Gary and you do finally get over to Vodum's house, though, Vodum is not outside, and the front door is currently open.
Well then, after you.
Nods to you and takes the lead, walking into the house, kind of looking around. You can tell that this is the first time he's actually been here, which makes sense, because he's already told you that it was because of everything that happened that they've become friends, so he's never actually been to this house. And you can see some looks of kind of sadness to see that his best friend spent his life living in these squalid conditions. But as he kind of starts to look around, noticing that Vodum's not on this first floor, he kind of just starts shouting for Vodum. And it only takes a few seconds before you kind of hear the running and pitter-pattering of feet from upstairs. And you can see Vodum running down the stairs, down to the living room where you and Gary currently are. Vodum has clearly been crying, and he kind of just runs up and throws his arms around Gary. Gary's several inches taller, and Vodum's crying into his chest at the moment, as Gary's trying to comfort him.
It's gonna take time, but eventually, everything will start going back down a nice steady path. It's not easy, but you both know that already. Did you need help with anything, Vodum?
Vodum seems too distressed to notice what you're saying, as he's just continuing to cry. And you can tell Gary is starting to tear up as well, just from seeing his friend in this state.
I'll come up along the side, gently place a hand on each of their heads, but I won't say anything right away. You two are very strong for your age.
It takes a few minutes before either of them says anything again, and Vodum is the first one to speak.
Miss, I don't think you ever told me your name.
My name is Tempest. Tempest Falls.
Tempest, when you're done with what you're doing with everybody else, will you come back and visit?
I don't see why I couldn't, but I'm sure you know very well that the road is not an easy journey, and there are a lot of dangers out there. Things can happen, but I can at least give you my word that I will try my best. Survive through this whole endeavor, and then make the time to come and visit.
He turns from Gary and puts his arms around you, hugging you now.
I'll just stand there for the moment and hug him back.
When he does finally let go, after about a minute or so, Gary talks to him.
Vodum, let's go to my house, okay? It's bigger, and we've got nice beds there, and I think it would be better for both of us.
Vodum just kind of nods at him, and the two of them start to walk out of the house together, back out towards the manor.
You two should be all right. I'm gonna wander around a bit, make sure everything else is running just as smooth.
Yes, you and Tempest both in different locations, but you do start to notice that the villagers that came back from the forest, as well as the ones that had been in the town the entire time, the ones who were mutated, a lot of them seem to be having awkward reunions. A little bit of fear in the eyes of the ones that returned, deep regret and shame from the ones who were mutated. But some of them you see kind of just let it out. They cry, they embrace, they're still hurt by what happened, but they're happy to be reconciling with each other, with their friends, with their families. Whereas you finished cooking and Tempest has not returned quite yet. Twilight is still paralyzed as well, but you can hear Pius and Nick both just a little bit of ways down in the town square, still directing everybody.
I'll take this time to take off the mask for a moment, look at it, and reach my other hand in my pouch and pull out the red one, correct? That was the one I got?
Correct.
And they can't be assembled together, all three of them, until I have the collar, correct? Am I reading that right?
Yes, correct. When you had originally identified the other two, they had never really mentioned, you didn't get much information about their combining, but, well, you spent some time, probably either the night before or this morning, doing things like identifying the new divine relics, as well as identifying the combined mask. And you know that until you get the vitriol collar, you will not be able to finish forming the mask of vitriol with the other masks. You can swap them out and have any combination of 2, but no more than 2 at a time.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna do. Is he'll start to pull at the 2 masks that are together and pull them apart before bringing the yellow and the red together, and he's gonna put that on his head afterwards.
Okay.
And I think we're pretty close to shore, right? Am I thinking correctly? To the ocean?
Not that close. It's you'd have to leave the valley, which Pallet does kind of say at the entrance to the valley, but then it's another probably 30-ish miles out to the nearest shoreline.
Well, in that case, I think he'll leave the town and find somewhere, if there's any like small creeks or anything, where he can just go to be alone for a little bit. I think he's just going to sit there and meditate on everything that's happened so far and the decisions he's made and how they've turned out and what he could have done differently.
Okay. You do know there's a small creek that runs through the forest not too far from town. There's a system in place that diverts water from it to the town. But most of the water comes from wells that are strategically placed. It's not super far out, though. Tempest, you finally kind of get back over to that side of town, maybe about like 10 minutes after Wrath left. So you head in, you notice Twilight still paralyzed on the table, and the food has all been plattered and is ready to eat, but there's no Wrath in sight.
I'm gonna eat whatever can't be carried real quick, then grab what can be held, like the bacon, and I can track scents.
Okay.
The whole platter of bacon set to the side with a note that just says Tempest.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. There's more food than what you would eat in a sitting by a large portion. He cooked essentially for everybody. But you do have your tray of bacon that you can take with you as you go looking. Give me a survival check, though.
Survival. Alright. Wow. The bacon be smelling good.
All right, 16. So, the trees are fairly fresh. And there's no real snow in the town at the moment, with the introduction of spring. So it's mostly trying to follow the foots in the dirt. Luckily for you, Wrath has footprints that are very distinct from the rest of the villagers, allowing you to eventually pick up on that trail and follow. You follow them out just a little bit past the edge of town and into the forest before you lose track of the footprints, because at this point there's a lot of grass around, but you can hear a creek not too far from here either.
Wrath, are you out here?
Over here. And probably whenever you emerge where this creek is, or where Wrath is at least enjoying it, Wrath is probably sitting on the ground, cross-legged, all of his gear set to the side, bare chest, his scars and runes kind of glowing a little bit. What brings you out?
Yeah, I did my one thing and ate some things. I still have this pile here, disregarded.
Pocket bacon. Can't go
Basic.
wrong with pocket bacon.
Never. So,
What was
what's your plan gonna be from here? Are we gonna be hanging out for a few days, or?
just considering that myself. Before
Geraldine did express that she didn't want to stick around town any longer than necessary. She wanted to get back on the road. A lot more assertive than she's normally is when she did so.
Geraldine seemed anxious to be off again, and I don't mind, honestly. Being back here is a little bittersweet. Hey, I was curious about something. Do you mind helping me with just a strange idea? Whenever we perform that ritual, or afterwards rather, I think I understood that language that you were all speaking.
What, deep speech?
Yeah. Hold on. He'll stand up and kind of stretch, and as he does, the large centerpiece of his back tattoo begins to glow a little bit, and he's going to use his once-a-day dragon mark ability to cast comprehend languages. Could you tell me something in it? See if I'm wrong about this.
In the language. It's not something to brag about if you can understand these words.
Do I understand it?
Yes, you do. And
Why
unlike
is
when Nick used comprehend languages way back when Pius wrote down what he had heard the forgotten deity saying in the void, you aren't hit with like recoil or a wave of madness from her words and from understanding them.
Seems like an exclusive club that can. Why do you say that?
Well, when you get to the source of it, it's not exactly a nice energy. It's convenient, sure, but we both know that there's madness tied into it.
I mean, as much madness is tied into everyday life for some people. Do you know, when I was younger, I picked up Primordial. Terrible language. No one speaks it except rocks.
I don't know if I've actually heard that one in person yet.
I'm sure I've spoken it a few times around you.
Maybe, but short memory.
Well, either way, I appreciate you helping me get to understand this a little bit better. And he kind of points over his shoulder at his back. Did we have any plans for today? Are we trying to leave today?
Well, if everything's all said and done, and I'd say if Nick's ready to take over from here, once he gives the go-ahead, then we could probably shove off after.
I think Nick's ever going to be actually ready, but we do need to force it on him at some point. Okay, well, if you want to gather up the others, I can gather up my things and make sure the bar is squared away to head out again.
Alrighty.
And he'll
Sounds good.
give you a quick hug and kiss before turning to start to gather his things.
Don't be mine.
Well,
I
whenever she is,
expect Oh, go ahead, Wrath.
whenever she is going and Wrath has like gathered everything up, he is gonna kind of kneel down by this creek and put a hand in the icy water. Risha, I know technically this wasn't your domain we were dealing with for this task, but I can't help but feel your guidance ever among us. Thank you. Please help protect these people. And then he'll get up and walk.
Okay. All right. Now, Bias, you're in the center of town, and while the two of them are out there in the forest currently, you eventually see Geraldine kind of coming in towards the center of town, having gone and found Iris and kind of brought her back to get ready. Tristan's been in the general area, but he seems distracted. It's very bittersweet for him, clearly being back in the town after what he went through and his journey out to find all of you as well. But Geraldine kind of crawls up to the highest point that's here in the center of town and seems to be scanning, looking, while all of you are continuing to do what you're doing down on the ground.
He'll kind of stare at her for a moment, tilt his head, wondering what she's doing. And he'll pat Nick on the shoulder before walking over to Tristan.
Hey.
Yeah?
How are you holding up?
This is toward Tristan, correct?
Yes.
Honestly, better than I thought I would coming back, but it's still a lot. Their town, it feels like a ghost town. So many people dead. I'm worried that with only the people that are still here, the town's just gonna die. Everyone's going to have to leave. That Pallet's just gonna become another ancient abandoned village for adventurers in the distant future.
He'll put a hand on Tristan's shoulder.
That may happen, but time heals all wounds eventually. Some may never heal, but everything you go through makes you stronger, unless it doesn't. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
No,
what I'm trying to say is...
I think I get it. But...
Okay. I'm not great with words. Basically, listen, even if the village does become abandoned, and even if people leave, or the town never feels the same, it's all up to you to make sure that doesn't happen. Everyone here is responsible for making sure this town stays. If you keep trying and put your minds to it, you're all very strong. You've survived, and that means something.
The words, I feel like I have even more reason to travel with all of you. Now that we're done doing what we can here in Pallet, or I should say, you all are done doing what you could here in Pallet. The whole point of your journey originally was to make the Highroad usable, to increase trade flow again, to make Pallet a bustling city. And if it's what we do that's going to decide, then I want to be a part of that. I want to get to Eldwin. I want to let people know that it's safe again. I want to make this world better. And this might be the first step toward doing that.
If that is what you wish, I will not decide for you. That is up to you. If you wish to travel with us, then I accept it.
Thank you. I bet you never thought I'd actually start to grow up, huh? All the stupid shit I used to do.
Oh, we all do things we regret. God knows I have. But if we stay in the past, then we cannot look for the future. It matters who you are now, not who you were.
As you finish speaking, you share a use of them sending jewelry as Geraldine just kind of puts out to everybody. Tempest, you're coming back. Are we about ready to leave? I don't want to spend any more time here.
I think we're all getting ourselves ready. Gotta make sure Nick is prepared.
Yes, Wrath. Either of you have a response, since it did go out to everybody?
Very well. I will speak with Nick really fast. We'll be on our way soon.
What is it Geraldine said? I'm sorry.
First called out that I see you coming back into town, Tempest. and then she asked everybody if we're about to leave. Just she'd like to just go.
Yeah, I'll probably reply as soon as we get everyone rounded up. Do you mind grabbing Twilight?
She doesn't bother using a second message to reply to you. Bias, you're the one that can actually see it as she climbs down and starts heading into the Drunken Dragon to grab Twilight.
Okay. Pius will go over to Nick and say,
Nick, I believe we are preparing to set off again.
All right. When you're all ready, I think you all should come back to the center of town. I know a lot of the town wants to thank you all before you leave.
Very well. We'll I'll go gather everyone and we'll come back.
They nod.
I think Wrath
and-
is... Oh, good.
Go ahead.
I was saying, I think Wrath is probably heading towards the center of town already. So I don't know when he would be arriving there.
Not too much longer. I see a Twilight in chat.
Hello. Sorry, everyone.
hello.
Oh,
Oh, good. You are almost done being paralyzed. Almost.
Yeah.
Wrath, it takes about another 10, 15 minutes for you to get back to town. Maybe a little less if you choose to pick up the pace a little bit. Tempest, same thing. You're pretty fast, so it doesn't take you all that long to get back. And once you do, Tempest, even by the time you get back, Iris, Tristan, and Geraldine, who has literally dragged Twilight out of the bar, they're all sitting there, kind of near the center of town, waiting. Pius, you are basically already there. And Geraldine seems to have been working to gather everyone to the center of town anyways.
I think Wrath would go over to Nick. Hey, Nick, are you going to be able to send us back, or do I need to get with Patches? I don't think we figured out the return trip yet.
No, I actually used up a rather large reserve of my magical power the last couple of days. It's been so nonstop, I think it'd take me a few days to recharge.
Sure. Anybody got money for a ride back? Wrath is polling the group at this point.
Why didn't we get a round trip ticket in the beginning?
Well, I mean, I can get us back in a couple of days, but I need to rest, so recharge. Same as Nick.
How much did it cost? It's Patches.
Give me just a second above table as I pull up teleport and spell scrolls again. Why am I bringing up teleport, actually? I don't need to bring up teleport. I need to bring up spell scrolls to make sure I have the right level for that and right cost. Oh, my internet's being slow tonight. Jeez, even the stream's lagging out all bad. Let's see, it is a very rare, so as a consumable, that'd be 6,250 gold for a single scroll of teleport.
Yeah.
I have enough.
Oh, thank God. I've blown a lot of my money.
Nick did mention having 5,000 gold, and they offer up that to help supplement it, since if they're going to be acting as the lead of the town, they're pretty much financially covered for quite some time.
If you need anything, just take it out of my safe. Just leave an IOU or something in there so I know, keep the books right. Anyway, are we all set?
Yes.
Tempest, Geraldine?
Twilight, you have use of your mouth back. You can't move your body, Twilight, but you can talk again.
I'm good. Let's go. Fuck.
We have, is the boy with us?
Tristan? Yes, Tristan is there.
Yeah.
And Iris, kind of seeing you all clearly about ready to leave, walks over.
The whole town present or gathering?
More or less. But Iris kind of approaches before anyone else really does.
Hey, so I think I'm going to stick around here. At worst, I kind of grew up in nobility, so I might be able to help out Nick with things. And at best, maybe I end up being put in charge, as much as I don't necessarily want that. I think it would be more on my terms than it would have in the past.
Sounds like a way better deal.
Do they hold elections here, or what's the mayoral process like? Remember?
No, it's this. The Incendium's a full republic. Ultimately, it's the nobilities who have authority and are in various ranks that make the decision. The townsfolk have agreed, at least at the moment, that I should be in charge until the rest of the government makes a decision about a new governor. Actually, I was talking to one of the townsfolk, because it turns out that's part of why Clef left. He saw things starting to go wrong, and in particular, what happened with Governor Oak. So he is probably on his way back by this point with a decision from the rest of the Republic. about who's going to be in charge.
Well, keep us informed of that, yeah? Get patches to get you a sending spell or something.
Well, I still have that jewelry of sending, but now that things have settled down, I think I can safely use it again instead of having it tucked away.
Yeah, that's fair. Wrath turns.
I'll
You said
keep you
the
updated.
whole town. You said the whole town was kind of forming?
Yeah, it seems like at least the majority of the town is here.
How are
They've
people
also
looking?
set up a platform for you to all like be able to stand on, so you can actually look out over everybody. They even have a megaphone essentially. It's called a shout stone. Essentially, it's just it casts thaumaturgy for you to more easily speak out across everybody.
Are they expecting a speech?
Oh God, I hope not.
If anyone's going to speech, it's one of you two, that's for sure.
No one's expecting a speech. But besides making it easier for all of you to look out over the town, it also makes it easier for them to all see you, since they don't have to look over each other's heads quite as much. But the shout stone, that was my choice, in case any of you do have something you want to say.
Wrath will kind of look out, or look at the group. Does it look like anyone's going to take it?
I will.
You cannot move. Still, you only have mouth.
Pius will walk up to the stone.
Is this thing on?
You should probably go up to the stage. Come on, stage.
Oh, yes, right.
Does everybody head up on the stage at this point?
I do.
Yeah, I'll head up there. I am looking out for the two of them now. Gary and
Yeah.
the other one.
Votum, yeah. Geraldine is following up, dragging Twilight up the stairs. Actually, rather unpolitely. Twilight, your head is bouncing off the stairs because she's literally just dragging you up them.
I figured so.
Tristan also follows all of you up onto the stage. But the stone does seem to be working for you, Pies. The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I know that this is hard for all of you, and your thanks is appreciated, but we are just doing what's right. And I know that you all have lost so much. But as I was discussing with Tristan here earlier, what happens to this town now is in all of your hands. The world is a cruel place, but only the cruel make it that way. If more people made it a peaceful and happy place, then it would be so. I wish you all the best. We wish you all the best. We are going back into the Highroad to make sure that it is safe, and perhaps more trade routes will come this way. That's really all I had to say. Thank you.
I think
The
I'm
crowd as
trying
a
not to
whole
let.
starts to cheer very loudly. You even hear some of them even shouting things like, "Go give them hell, you can do it. Make sure to come back to us when you're done." Garrett and Votum have made their way to the front of the crowd. They are like technically just a few feet away from all of you at the moment. They are up front and center at the stand you're all on. Both of them
Pius does that thing.
apparently.
Pius does that thing where he's like trying to stay humble, but you could tell he's loving the attention. Just like, oh, stop.
And Wrath?
Please.
He had begun to move when Pius had said that's all. But as the crowd, raised in pitch, he kind of stopped himself and just kind of nods to Pius. If he can get close enough, kind of just say, "Well done, my friend."
Thank you. Was that good? I think I did pretty good. What do you think?
Don't ask me, ask them. And he points to the cheering crowd.
Oh, well, yeah. Point taken.
Make an orator out of you yet.
Don't push your luck.
I think Wrath is going to walk over to Nick. Whenever we leave, try to instill as much hope in them as you can. There's a lot of people that were lost. There's a lot of jobs left to do now. Everyone's going to have to help each other. We're going to clear this high road so that trade can get back here and this place can grow once more. Until then, it's up to the people to make it grow. If there's anything we can do to help, if there's any supplies the town needs, any work that might be done that we can take a moment to do, please reach out.
He's down. Does everyone else follow him off the stage? Just essentially, this is that last moment before you would all leave completely.
Yeah.
Or, never mind. Nick was also up on the stage with you. My bad. You didn't actually have to go down to talk to them.
Wrath, with all due respect, I'm going to do everything I can to not ask you all for help. I have connections with the various mage academies in the world still. If we need some heavy lifting done for a short period, I can probably get help from them, call in a few favors, maybe convince some people to move here. I'm sure they have favors they can call in too. You all just need to focus on your journey. You may have just told everyone you're getting back on the high road to make it good and usable again. But we both know that there are things that are a lot bigger than that all of you are going out there to deal with.
Yeah, well, no matter how big it is, gravity still affects it. Good luck, Nick. You're gonna need it. And Rat's gonna walk off the stage at that point, kind of just waving to the crowd as he does.
And as you and probably everybody else on the stage are all starting to turn to walk off of it, you can see in the distance, at the back of the crowd, the figure of a woman. She has, it appears to be a tight black leather bodysuit on, and this long cloak, tattered, worn with time, and you'd almost think that it may have been brown at some point, but it's been stained to the point it's black. The hood is pulled up, and it masks her face, but you can see a smile on it. Not necessarily one of, hey, you did a good job, or there's hope, but one of pride, of thanks.
Does this
Where is
feel
it?
like someone familiar?
Not necessarily familiar, but you can say with absolute certainty that this is Ferrodi. You can feel the divine power from her as she turns and begins to walk away and just fades into the air as she does so.
I think Wrath will stop and just give a formal bow in her direction before continuing. It probably looks like he's bowing to the crowd.
100%, and it causes them all to just start cheering even louder.
Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody, gather around. Tristan, what you doing, bud? Are you not staying here?
Not a chance in hell. I'm coming with you guys.
Wrath looked around to the crew.
I told Tristan that it is his decision, and if you are all okay with it, I accept it.
Wrath will nod and catch Tempest's eye if he can. What say you?
Yeah, there shouldn't be any issues. Though I think deeper conversations later might be necessary.
Wrath looks at Geraldine, holding Twilight still.
Yeah, Geraldine kind of leans in. You know, it's a loud crowd, so she tries to get a little bit closer as her typical whispering might be drowned out from it.
As long as you don't require us to take care of you.
That's a good point.
Wait.
You're on cook duty if you join us.
Me?
No, not you.
Oh, damn.
I mean, it'll take a little getting used to. Y'all probably have to teach me a little bit, but I'll do it.
Well, there's only like 4 of us that eat, so it shouldn't be too hard. All right, everybody, gather around. Also, we're going to have a talk about this. And he just gestures to all of Tristan, because he still, like, radiates that draconic energy, right? From that totem.
Yes.
Alrighty.
And Wrath will pull out the scroll and begin muttering in an arcane language and do, like, the ring thing from Marvel, spinning his hand, and a portal forms in the open there. Everyone through! And
See you two later.
And I'm gonna cast teleport.
And you say see you two later, because Gary and Podom are, of course, still probably the closest townsfolk. They're both screaming, but
You kids.
Hey, I've been more or less good with them.
We took something from where we left, right? Because that was the plan to get home. What the fuck was it? It's like a rock or a tree limb or something?
I don't think we said anything specific, because there was plenty of variety and options for something to take with.
That works for me. So yeah, I'll target us back to the camp.
You know what? I think the best option would have been one of the chunks of the damaged wall from the instant fortress.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
You find yourselves all standing in front of the instant fortress once again.
Yay, we're back.
We're back.
Oh, feels good to be back on the road.
Do you think everyone died while we were gone? Brett's gonna walk over towards the fortress.
No,
Pretty sure
surely
Manville
not.
is still here, so he would have kept most of them alive.
Looking around, do I see anyone or anything that looks out of place?
You don't readily see anybody, but before you really get a chance to do much, the door opens and, oops, almost opened the wrong place, as an old friend of yours ends up being the ones to greet you. Where's the button?
Hello. You're good. Wonderful. Did you take care of everything back in Pallet?
We did. You're awake.
No, it's good to see you, friend.
It's always good to see all of you.
Please enlighten us. What happened while we were gone?
Well, not much really. Crow is still inside right now, as he did make a promise to watch the place. I think Neliel and Pixie went out hunting for the moment. Liramar, actually, is still sitting and waiting inside as well, to make sure that everything went all right. Captain is still unconscious, and, well, I woke up.
Amazing. You've
Right
done
where we
all right
left
for
everything.
yourselves. Well, even better than we left it. We now have a conscious Finnegan. You're either Finn or Finnegan. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
No, I'm not Finn or Finnegan. I'm me. It's complicated, but I'm not Finnegan.
Well, now I'm confused.
So what? 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 But we what?
Come on, come inside. I'm sure all of you would like to take a good sit, especially Twilight there. Actually, oh, she's still got. Is that mayonnaise? Have you just been dragging her around covered in mayonnaise?
That's a story.
Her own
I
doing.
cut off my ham on a dare.
That too.
Not surprising, not surprising.
Before we go in, I want to put a howl out into the wind, just to alert the other two.
It sounds good. The hound doesn't say anything else until everyone's kind of inside and seated. But Crow, noticing you, Tempest, coming back in, wearing this skin-tight black leather outfit, just his jaw kind of drops in surprise, like, what the fuck?
Uncle, I got an F grade. The trip was well. Kind of like a mini vacation.
Oh my god, you're more like your aunt than I had expected.
That was nowhere near vacation-style treatment. I just want to let you know, do not listen to her.
Okay, fair enough. Also, what's wrong with that? Isn't that a good thing? She's like a really strong, powerful warrior, so you're basically calling me the same, right?
I mean, yes, but so am I. The problem, your aunt is not a very sociable person. Neither am I, for that. But she had a bad tendency in her youth to use her womanly wiles to basically get people to let their guard down around her.
I look at Wrath confused by what he's saying.
Wrath has one eyebrow raised very high over the other.
Sexpionage.
I don't think
That's
I told you.
one word for it.
Is it a skill that should be learned? Should I learn that? Is it beneficial as a warrior?
Only if your future husband there is okay with sharing you with people for the sake of completing the mission.
You mean like an adventure party, right? Wait, what?
We'll
Crow
talk
just
about it when
shakes
you're
his
older.
head.
We just got back. My brain is already spinning. I need to sit down.
Justine props Twilight up against like a chair or something, you know. That way she's still there as part of the conversation at the moment. Does everyone else get themselves situated and seated?
Yeah, pass down.
Bless you.
Yeah, with a look of running magical numbers in my vision. And just sitting there contemplating reality.
I think Wrath actually is standing because he's having a hard time resting any part of his body because of all the scarring.
Okay, so, in a way, I am Finnegan, but I'm not. Finnegan is inside of me, and there are others as well. I'm kind of the manifestation of their very beings intertwining with each other. And in a way, Finnegan's emotional personality has been a driving factor in my behavior and the way that I've responded to things. Lived a very, very hard life, and it broke him. And as happens with people who are pushed too far, the madness, in a sense, took him over. And, well, the last world he was in was supposed to be the last one for him. It was, and Cosmos found him floating through the void, barely a shell of the man he was before. So she created a new body, an empty shell, so to speak, and put his heart in me, and then gave him and the other entity inside of me a small portion of her power to help him recover, to someday awaken and be able to take a journey of his own choosing. And when he awakens, well, I'll put it this way, only one of us can exist. He can't exist as long as I'm here, and I can't exist if he awakens.
So he'll just disappear if he awakens.
Yes, that is exactly what happens. I'm not real. I'm an illusion, so to speak. I have no soul of my own, so when I'm gone, I'm just gone.
Will we remember you?
How do you know that? I feel like there's got to be some kind of way to separate the two of you without both of you dying. How do you know you don't have a soul?
Well, if you remember, one of the other entities inside of me is Jessica, or a part of Jessica at least. I mean, she's the creator. She's the one who built this world in truth, not Cosmos, and she's the reason why Cosmos could do what she did with Finn and creating me, and both her and Cosmos have told me there's no way. I mean, maybe there's a way. Maybe something they can't think of or know, but I think if both the grand deity of creation and Jessica herself say that there's no way to do it, then there's no way to do it. But I'm not afraid. I'm ready.
Well,
That's a lot to drop on us when we just got back.
The big jump. You're throwing away your life.
No, I'm not. I've got hundreds of years to live. And maybe it wasn't the best living, and maybe I spent a lot of it tucked away in fear. But this journey with all of you it's been amazing. Being able to be out here, to learn to not be afraid, to experience so much. And I'm making the choice. So that Finnegan can live again. So that Finnegan can have the chance to also live on his own terms, like I've been able to do with all of you.
Not my choice to make. I can't tell you no, I'm not your parent. I don't want you to do something like that. And I will miss you if you do.
we all will.
We have our ways of showing it, but you've grown on us all.
In kind of answer to Bias's question, I'll always be in your memories.
What about Twilight, though? How do you feel about that? You'd basically be leading her.
I know she's still the same rambunctious little girl I saved all those years ago, but I think she can take care of herself. She's an adult. She doesn't need a dad around.
Apparently I do. I cut off my own hand when you weren't there.
We can make attempts to keep her from self-inflicted catastrophic damage.
As much as we possibly can, anyway.
You guys are ruining my argument.
It may not really seem like it sometimes, but I think she's grown a lot on this journey too. I mean, I remember when she used to have to get high every couple of hours, constantly her mind foggy and clouded, and she's been stepping away from that more and more. She's been making better decisions. She can be a nuisance, but she doesn't get in the way as much, I think, as she used to.
That may be true, but yeah, she's still making bad decisions.
Oh yeah, bad.
But that's okay. She has grown slightly.
Only a little. Please stay.
You are not helping her case right now, Twilight.
Hermit, I'm sorry for being an asshole to you at the beginning of this journey.
You don't need to apologize, Pies. Honestly, even if Jessica was the one that put me up to doing that ritual and she's the one that actually did it, my time unconscious the last little bit, I could have told her no if I had just been stronger of heart. I'm not entirely free of blame for things that have happened.
None of us really are. We've all done things.
If you go, who's gonna watch my cat while we go on our journey?
Well, it looks like you have a strapping young lad who's joining you now, huh?
Who?
Tristan.
Tristan's joining us?
Someone turn her head left.
Ow!
Tristan turns her head to look at him.
Oh, you're joining
Twilight,
us.
if needed, I will watch your cat.
Okay. Well, have you ever watched cats before?
I've watched dogs, probably not too much different. What I hear, it's actually easier.
Okay. If one thing goes wrong here, Hermit, you're coming back and watching my cat. Fair?
The kind of like lets out a chuckle to that statement. And Crow's been sitting here this entire time. It kind of chimes in.
I have no idea what's going on right now. Cosmos isn't the creator of the world, the literal goddess of creation. Like, bro, this is too much. I'm gonna step outside.
Wrath whispers to the hermit, has he gotten into Twilight's stash or something?
No, I don't think so. But I probably should have thought about who all was around before I went to explaining that Cosmos isn't actually the creator of this world.
He'll be fine.
Can't
He's
take it back.
heard crazy things.
Well, I'm not gone quite yet, though. So, how about we just enjoy the rest of the time we have together until then?
Business as usual, then.
Indeed.
All right.
Well,
What do we have?
so vacation after vacation, kind of get relaxed and back into the rhythm. I like it.
That was not a vacation. That was a workcation at best.
Hey, it could have been worse. It could have turned into a military exercise.
It almost did.
Almost, but didn't quite get there.
I kind of enjoyed it, to tell you the truth.
Sure you did, Twilight.
Oh, I had a good time. Can we go back?
You can go for it.
It'll cost you
Like-
6,000 one way.
Can I
No,
get the
I'll
card?
pay for it. One-way ticket.
And we'll pay back.
Sure.
All right.
Is there
I need
anything
more.
else that any of us want to discuss?
Justin, if you're going to be joining us, we need to know about your abilities in the field. So it's time to take a seat in the hot seats. What is all of this?
Okay. I don't fully understand it myself. I don't think Nick did either. We actually talked about it quite a few times. In a way, I'm getting power from another being, but it's not like the pacts that warlocks make. It's not some inherent power like a sorcerer. It's certainly not trained like a wizard or a fighter, but it's still magical in nature. This totem.
And you see him pull out the small effigy of a white dragon.
I couldn't sleep one night near the beginning of our travels, and I found it, and something told me to take it, so I did. And it hasn't spoken to me, but it's like, it tells me things, like I know things because of it. I've been able to cast spells, and my power's growing rapidly, but it's not just magic that this has given me.
Giving you a new wardrobe as well, right?
As you're saying this, he leans down and puts his hand on Twilight's wrist. And you see this soft golden white light glow. And still fully functional. Your body rejects and pushes out the stitchwork done by Geraldine, and it is fully reattached.
Cool.
Quite incredible.
Oh my god, we have a healer.
That's definitely going to come in handy.
She's literally
Yeah, they-
examining her hand. Like, even the promise that I made to the angels is gone. Like, because when I cut off my hand,
That
That did not get rid of the magical pact. That is not how a magical pact works.
Unlike me, you're still bound to yours.
I think
Wait a minute.
if I'm gonna keep going over my abilities, I think we should step outside.
Very well.
Kind of gotten functionality back in your body. Like you can stand up and walk, but you are very shaky at the moment. It feels
Are
like
your
your
legs
body's
asleep?
being numbed, like you're waking up from surgery.
I don't think flying is a good idea. She's gonna just try to crawl out.
She's so reluctant to try walking that she'll just crawl.
I can't walk. I'm not flying either.
So once everyone's outside, he starts talking again.
So, I mean, the dragon effigy should be enough to say, oh, this is draconic power, but more than that, there's this.
And you see him open up his mouth just as wide as possible as radiant light bursts out from it in a 30-foot cone, as if a dragon breathing fire.
Impressive.
Ooh.
Tell me, do
I'm
you
growing
know?
scales, I'm growing claws, I'm almost turning into a dragon at this point.
There's a smile that just slowly spreads across the reptilian face of Wrath. Do you know what dragon this depicts, or what dragon this might be linked to?
Yeah, I think I do. It's just a feeling, but I
Hold on, above table, I gotta pull up the name. I had it mostly ready. I just wasn't on the right spot.
he goes by the name Wazgen. A true dragon. A sun dragon.
Interesting.
So that's your name is Rosden?
No, that's the name of the dragon this totem is connected to.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever found yourself doing something you were unaware of since taking this totem?
No, and Nick never really noticed a point either where I seem to not be myself. But they seem to want me to travel this road too. That was the initial reason I wanted to join all of you on your journey before we even met up with all of you. I have found my own reasons since, though.
Well, excuse me. You chose the right time. We just upgraded to a luxurious lifestyle in carts. And Wrath gestures to the mini carts we now have to pull us along. We were huffing it before. It was a hell of a walk.
Yeah, I mean, after all that forced marching to get here quickly, those cards look like heaven.
Oh, trust me.
There's
Yeah.
one last ability, though, that I have that you might want to be aware of so it doesn't come as a surprise, like in the heat of battle or something.
You all notice as that kind of aura that's been just on slightly wafting off bursts outward around all of you, and you can feel yourselves being empowered by this aura that he's unleashed from his body.
I can walk!
What the fuck was that?
Does it last for a time?
It pretty much lasts as long as I want it to. I can turn it on and turn it off. I can also do a few different things, a few different effects from it. Actually, Twilight,
Yes?
you're fairly weakened at the moment. Why don't you go ahead and punch me?
You want me to punch you?
Yeah, just punch me.
Feel as the aura seems to shift slightly, and you all feel like radiant energy moving through your body now.
Wow.
So she kind of gets into like a little horse dance, and she like, gets really ready for this. So she's like bringing up her arm, and she brings it back as super hard as she can.
So he makes no attempt to dodge or flex his muscle or block or anything like that. He just takes it just head on for, I think your strength modifier is like 3. So he takes a few points of damage as you then feel the radiant energy that's seeping into all of you. And Twilight, you feel the rest of you see as the radiant energy bursts and seemingly burns her as you take 1d4 radiant damage.
Holy shit! I knew I shouldn't have done that.
You only take 1 damage.
That can be useful. Neat.
It can be a lot more than useful. Tristan, do you trust me?
I wouldn't have chosen to travel with all of you if I didn't.
Fair point. Pius, come here, I need your help.
Sure.
And Rat's going to activate his blade song, and he's going to listen to the magic that's surrounding himself and the others. And he's going to try and synchronize. I just need a little bit of spell power. Can you do that for me?
Sure. Here you go.
And I'll try to. Okay.
I don't have very many spell slots left. Go ahead.
No, go for it. What do you do to give spell energy?
He's going to cast.
Don't forget, you can always just pump a raw spell slot.
Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll pump a 3rd level spell slot into you.
You just touch Wrath and
Yeah, his
glowy glow?
lights will glow a brighter blue, and then he'll touch your shoulder.
Okay. And Wrath is going to try to. What he's trying to do is, what is it called? Where we cast together. But he's trying to merge cast. Thank you. But he's trying to merge it into the already active effect of what Tristan has going on here. So he's reaching out to Tristan and kind of pulling on that string while pulling in Pius's spell, and just to cast, we'll say, False Life, to see if he can spread it along that chain that Tristan's ability already gives us.
So, Pius and Wrath both feed each roll in Arcana to successfully merge cast, and he's a part of it, but he has no idea what's going on, so his body and spirit kind of react him on their own, so he has disadvantage for a 6.
I got a 24.
19.
And 19? Okay, so even with his piss poor 6, that brought the average up enough that you are able to kind of successfully blend them all together. And as you do succeed in pushing the false life through the aura, but it seems very indiscriminate. It just latches to every creature within it automatically.
Yeah, that's what he was trying to see, is how this river of magic flowed, if you will, whether it would just spread out everywhere or whether it followed certain currents. Amazing. We could use this for so much.
As he feels that connection, this is the first time that he's been involved with any type of merging of magics. You feel as he shifts the aura to another kind, and you can feel the change in it. Just because you're in it, and that radiant energy kind of dissipates as it changes to a different one. But the one that it switches to seems to empower you. Again, your muscles feel stronger. Your heart feels like it's beating steadier. Out of game, above table, it feels like your saving throws have all gotten bolstered. Kind of like the Paladin aura, where it gets to add charisma bonus to everyone's saving throws.
Nice.
But you can feel that each aura seems to flow differently. It seems to target and affect creatures differently based on which one he's using.
This is amazing. Could you imagine a battlefield of wizards and people able to do this being able to coordinate and communicate. There's nothing that army could be stopped with.
That's a lot. It'd take a literal god to stop that.
This could
Nick
change
said
everything.
something similar about it all. If I could learn how to control it better and use it better, that the potential was very high for its usability, not just in combat, but the fact that I have healing capabilities with it as well. I could potentially heal a lot of people very quickly. And I actually have been trying to work on it. When I first kind of found these powers in the aura I was first able to use it, it only had a reach of about 20 feet. It has a reach of about 40 now. And I can also keep two effects active at once.
How long can you hold these effects? Does it require a lot of concentration?
Amazingly, no. Once I just generally got the hang of it, like I said, it's just turn on, turn off. It takes a little bit of thought and effort to change them, to turn it on or off, but once it's going, it just goes. If I get knocked out, if I'm unconscious from something other than falling asleep, they kind of turn off on their own too. But we found out that they're even active while we sleep. That's how we regrew some limbs along the way. One of the other things that I got from this is that I can regrow limbs, and I found a way to transfer that ability through my aura to others. That's what I meant when I said I could help Twilight regrow limb if she were in close proximity for a long enough period of time.
It's amazing. I've never heard of these powers on someone before.
Nick told me that they had once read about alleged forgotten powers, and there's always people trying to obtain the power of dragons. I mean, they're some of the mightiest creatures in the world. But apparently, there were people who essentially had managed to make deals with exceptionally powerful dragons. A pact bond, I believe, is what Nick called it. But I guess is something that got lost to time or history. A lot of people believe it's legends, but I guess when it's right in front of you, it's hard not to believe it.
Absolutely. Its power is pretty clear. Very well. I'm convinced. How about the rest of you?
I will curious to see how this all plays out. Being on the field, journey with us, life experience.
I think you'll be very useful.
Few rules to go over. No going off on your own at night without letting someone know. We use the buddy system here. Right, Tempest?
Obviously, who would even do such a thing? Looks around.
Yes,
Shut up, Ayaz.
Nothing.
If
None of
there's
us
a
would
problem.
Oh, no problem. I was just giving Tempest shit.
No, I was saying if there's a problem, then make sure to say something. If you don't, then who knows how many miles before that problem turns into an even bigger problem. Everything's dangerous out here. What was that?
Sorry, above table, I just made a noise.
Everything's dangerous out here. Try to investigate it before you touch it, especially if you're going to lick it. I don't know. What else? Anybody?
I like to lick
Use common
things
sense.
and smell things. Wait, what's common sense?
Hey, once you lick one,
Sorry,
it's always
Tristan.
great times.
Oh my god, Captain's awake.
Captain!
He's just talking in his sleep again.
Ah, damn.
But yeah, as you can see, we're all very smart and don't do dumb things. And as a whole, I'd say we're a pretty capable group.
Well,
Take a
I love
list.
this stuff.
we had pretty much the same rule when we were traveling this way. Nick, Iris, everyone else. So should be easy enough to follow. Nick kind of laid down the law because I wandered off that night when I found this little effigy. So shouldn't it be a problem?
I like zoom up straight up next to what's his name again? Darn.
Tristan.
Tristan, yeah. I zoom up right next to Tristan real quick and just lean in to whisper. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you'll find some really cool things out there on your own at night. But don't make a habit of it.
He kind of jumps a little bit because you move so quickly and he wasn't quite expecting you to do it. And he nods his head.
Oh,
you
calisthenics
also
are at 5.
notice that Pixie and Eliel are approaching.
I think Raph, as he sees that, he'll say, and calisthenics are at 5 a.m. and then turn and walk to go greet them.
He drives a hard bargain. He runs a tight shift around here, you know.
It's worth it, though.
I don't doubt it. You don't become legends in the world without having certain things you do that make it happen.
Well,
Oh, ladies.
you never got to see any of us in action yet. Just you wait.
Raph, it's so nice to see you again. It's been so long.
Is it?
Pixie
I thought it's
approaches
only been
you
a
and
couple
gives you a
weeks.
hug.
Oh, hey.
Well, I mean, we didn't really get a chance to talk before you all headed out.
Yeah, we were.
We just kind of saw each other and say hello. I take it
Yeah,
everything
well-
went well then.
Pallet's back on track. Nick's in charge. Its population is pretty diminished, but it should survive.
Well, we already kind of knew that it was reduced numbers in town, unfortunately.
But
But
everyone
if
else
everybody's
back,
safe
all
and the
fingers
town
and
is.
toes. Yep.
Okay.
Come on, y'all. Say hi.
Hello, Pixie.
Yes, what a pleasure to see you, as always.
You look well.
She comes in and wraps her arm around you, giving you a hug as well. She's a lot more sociable than you remember this disgraced noblewoman being back in Pallet.
Ah, yes, Pat, yes. Good to see you.
Now, you
Uh,
need to introduce me to all of your new friends. I know Twilight. She seems to have had better days. But what about this lovely young woman, Ra?
This is
Me?
Tempest. Tempest, come say hi.
Heyo.
Yes. What a strong name. Oh, and you have such an air of nobility and dignity to you. Even with the rough exterior, you were raised around nobles, weren't you?
Yeah, more or less. Not like I had a choice.
I mean, few people really do have a choice.
What about you? Where are you heading after this? Seem to be doing a lot better than whenever we left you.
Yes, Nelia and her family have done a lot to help me connect with the world around me, to open my heart up again. And I don't think I've fully accepted my husband's passing yet, but I'd say I'm on the way there. Which, actually, because we're out this way, Nelia and I have decided we are going to go in search of a spring that allegedly exists out this way, one that lets you travel to and from the astral sea.
The what?
That seems
My
dangerous.
apology. In most circles, they call it the astral plane, the in-between point when someone dies before they move on.
That's amazing. I hope you find it. Is there any way we can help you to locate it?
No, likely. Besides, why we're going that way is the journey. Journey for me to take.
I certainly hope you do find it. It would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yes. Honestly, what we're planning on doing on the other side, just the chances are I might not be able to tell all of you about it in the future. Not sure if I'll ever properly return to society at this point. But the astral elves, known to reside on that plane, are kind of like the shepherds of spirits. And we figured that perhaps if we could find them after traveling there, I might find news about my husband. Perhaps it'll be good news. Perhaps he'll have never passed through there and there's still hope to find him in our material plane. Or I'll get the closure that I need and know for certain that he is indeed passed on. And if I do find them, I might even get the chance to meet Nick's parents.
I certainly hope Nick has given you something to show your loyalties by. A letter, a note?
A story that his parents would know. Ones that most of his town would know. It's actually him that told us about this spring.
Perfect, then. Seems like you've got it all planned out. I wish you the best of luck.
And I think Neliel and I should be heading out now. I just wanted to stick around long enough to be able to quickly with all of you. It seems that you're doing quite well.
Good luck, Pixie.
You too, Pius.
If no one does anything to stop her, he climbs onto Neliel's back and they start heading out.
Nelia, kind of wish I would have gotten to know you better before you left back then. Could have really learned a thing or two.
What did you learn?
Maybe I could have learned to be a real primal hunter out in the wild.
I think you have plenty of time to hone those skills, yes.
Based on your smell, I'd say you already are quite capable. If you're a guardian wolf, you'd probably be amongst the best of us.
I'll take it. You two have a safe journey.
The two of them let out a howl, imitating the one that you let out originally to let them know that you were all around and back. And then Neliel takes off at full speed to the west.
Well, hopefully they find what they're looking for. What should we do with the rest of these vagabonds inhabiting our camp? Who all do we have left? Your uncle, your aunt, my father? God, it's like Thanksgiving here.
Oh my god,
Raven,
father been anyway.
Raven is not there. Raven is gone. But at the moment, Theramar, Crow, it's Theramar and Crow currently, other than the people actually joining you, that is, outside of the actual party. Or at least, that's what you all think. Until a face that, it's been a little bit since you've seen them, a week or two at this point.
Wrath, yes, thank you. You left me alive. And I think
Mr.
you put some
Milbrook.
sense into me.
I'm glad to see you up and well. Are you here for a rematch then?
No, I think that if we had a rematch, you would readily hand my ass to me.
I may have picked up a trick or two since we last met. It's good to see you. Are you well? Please come in. Have something to eat, drink.
No. Thank you, but I was just waiting for you to get back so I could thank you for giving me a second chance. a second chance that I had never afforded you.
Well,
You were a child. You can't be blamed for what happened. I don't know why I became so obsessed with revenge.
Wrath puts a hand on his shoulder. It seems fate works in mysterious ways, Lance. I think everyone carries the weight, regardless of their age, whenever something happens as tragically as it did between you and I. Everyone deserves a second chance, and I've had a couple of them already, so I've kind of run mine up. You were just the latest in a line. But I am glad you're still here, and that we can step forward into a new day, one with less vengeance on the mind, perhaps. What do you plan on doing, if you won't stay for supper?
Well, I'm the captain of my own vessel now, actually. From my little bit of time here waiting for you, I didn't expect to get to see the dear captain again. He traded off the SS Pineapple Beard to me when he retired.
Oh, wait, did he wake up while we were gone?
No, unfortunately not. But I mean, he's laying there, not exactly hitting. But years ago, a couple decades, shortly after the Kraken's Bane disappeared, he retired. I was the first mate at the time, so the reins of captain got handed off to me. And I left the crew very abruptly, and I left my first mate in charge. But I think they would appreciate if I came back. I don't think I'm ready to retire quite yet.
Taking on a crew is a heavy responsibility. It doesn't sound like you had too much time with them as captain. Just
20
make sure to
years
listen
is
to your
quite
first
a bit of time.
as captain, though.
Yes, Captain Flowers handed the reins off to me when he retired. Don't you remember how long he's been in Pallet?
No, I'm sorry. My memory is a little fuzzy on that. I didn't realize it had been so long. Seems like a lifetime. Well, if they welcome you back, then congratulations, Captain. Tell me, actually, have you ever seen any cargo aboard whenever Flowers was captain, something labeled NG? I didn't get a chance to ask him about it before he fell unconscious, unfortunately.
Above table. What is this cargo you're asking about? My brain's not clicking.
I don't know. I just have a note. We had found some background information about Flowers, and there was some cargo on his ship whenever the Kraken attacked labeled NG. I'm not sure.
That would have been a note from Captain Flowers. But I know enough about it to answer the question.
No, it was likely delivery at the time. Something going somewhere. I mean, it is a merchant vessel, so less cargo comes and goes.
That's true. Just an idle curiosity that I've held on to. So, you're off to see the vessel off then. Where are you ported at?
I'm not sure at this point. I left probably about 3-4 months ago, so I gotta get back out towards Eldwin and then start hunting them down. Start seeing if anyone knows where the SS Pineapple Beard's headed.
Right. We're heading towards Eldwin. Or Eldwin's in the south. Hold on.
Eldwin is where you're heading right now.
Okay.
You're going from Pallet to Eldwin.
It seems we've picked up a few people already. Would you like some company to travel with? We're heading in that direction as well.
As much as I know it would be good company, as much as I'm sure it would be good company, and I'm sure an extra hand on deck would help all of you, I need to do some more reflecting on some of the choices I've made. So, politely, I have to decline.
Very well. I'm sure you'd move faster on your own anyway. Before you go, and Rat's gonna reach in his bag and start pulling stuff out, and he's gonna hand back over the guy's blade and armor. It's somewhere in my inventory. I'm sorry.
It's fine. As soon as you pull it out, he shakes his head, puts a hand on it, and gently pushes it back.
No, that's yours. The whole reason I took my time to get it all was to fight you. I'd rather not keep it around. It's the fruits of my vengeance, and I don't want it.
Rat's features kind of soften a little bit. I understand not wanting to keep the bad past nearby, but I truly have no need for this. I tell you what, sell away your vengeance and create a brighter future with it, perhaps. Use it to invest in your ship, in your crew.
I might do that, but only if I find someone who will put it to better use than I did.
I trust you will.
All right then. Unless any of you have questions or things you want to say to me, I think I'll be on my way.
Thanks for not trying to kill him.
Stay safe.
He did try to kill me.
What? What?
He did try to kill me.
Try. Keyword. Smiles.
Good luck out there.
All right. Good luck to all of you too. From the sounds of it, you have quite the adventure on your hands.
That is. And as Rat says that, I think he's pulling the cork on the demon's blood bottle that he has currently in his hand that he dug out afterwards.
Twilight's head just starts shooting up. Like, fuck, let's do this!
Twilight, you shoots up and you remember the extreme amount of pain that drinking this literally yesterday caused you.
And Wrath kind of picks the bottle up and says, "Well, I guess my father's next in line," and he's gonna just take a shot of it before walking in.
As you and Lance are kind of going opposite directions, he does stop and kind of turn heel quickly.
Right. Rare. Tempest, all of you.
Yep.
Honestly, I'll never forget any of your faces. If we happen to cross paths and I get my ship back, if you ever need a ride somewhere, you let me know.
You got it. Voyage aboard the Pineapple Beard would be a pleasure. We could take a vacation to an island.
Ah, that'd be fun. I'll find it on the mainland. I can't remember.
Well, thanks again, and good luck.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Wrath, as you walk into the Instant Fortress, you need to give me a Constitution save.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh,
because is the drink from the Demon's Blood.
10 plus 12, 22. Save, right? Constitution save?
Constitution save, yes. 22 plus an additional 5 makes 27 because you are still in Tristan's aura.
Let's go, Tristan.
Beautiful.
All you needed was a 19, so you passed without it, but give me a D4 and a D10 now.
D10. A 1 on the 4 and a 2 on the 10.
You have the bonus for the next 2 minutes, but you got a little bit of a buzz going for a bit.
That was the point. All right. Walk in.
Vanor has also made his way to the main room. He waited until it sounded like the general conversation had died down from when you first got back. Now that he felt whatever he had to say was just not that important compared to everyone and everything else.
Well, Father, seems what brought you here has been accomplished. Where do you think you'll be going from here?
Well, given what Crow said all of you have going on, I think I'm going to go be meeting with Raven.
Oh, what for?
So your mother and I, when we met, we both just worked in shops. We sold this, that, whatever to people. We lived in Invictus Terra, though. Massive city, lots of people to meet. Well, one fateful day, week, more likely, month even maybe, some adventurers found themselves investigating a corrupt nobleman by the name of Trebon Dendrick. A lot of people died from it, and Lady Simbaros, or as you all know her, Pixie, was exiled as a result. But those adventurers inspired your mother and I to do more with our lives. That's why we learned the blade. We picked it up. We wanted to be soldiers, knights, whatever to help people, specifically to deal with corruption. And it sounds like there's a bit of corruption that needs dealt with. So, what better way to honor your mother's memory and continue the good fights than to join Raven in your growing band of soldiers?
I hadn't considered it before, but this makes a lot of sense.
I hope he knows what he's getting himself into. Raven is not gentle.
I don't think he's a slouch with a sword.
Mine and Wrath's mother. Our first teacher was brutal. We would drills and exercises for the upwards of 10 hours without a break. So I don't think it'll be too bad. But I still have a lot of room to grow.
We all do.
Some more than others.
Right. That's very true, Twilight. So, do you know where Raven went off to then? Have you spoken with her already?
She went that way.
Crow seems to be coming back at this point, finally, having noticed people starting to leave and such.
Yeah, it's easy enough for my sister and I to contact each other. So, I've already talked to her. We just have to actually go to the meeting point. There's another group of mercenaries not terribly far away from here that are under her command. So we're going to go meet up with them. And then once it's time for her to check in on them, we'll be able to send Lyramar here with her.
Well, I'm sad that our reunion is cut short. Will you at least be staying one more night? Or are you planning on heading out relatively soon?
From what Crow was saying, we've got a few days we could stick around. It's up to you, Wrath.
Well, I'm not sure if we plan on staying or not, but I imagine some of us are a little worn out from the recent journey, so I would welcome you to stay with us as long as we're here.
I'll happily take you up on that offer.
Good. I'll make sure to pull the tankard out for tonight.
This is a fair trade. I mean, you basically met my family, Wrath, but I'm still learning about yours.
Well, until recently, I didn't think I had any surviving family left, but I'm happy to see one still standing at least.
Well, it's only because of that magic that pulled me through time.
Right. I wonder what would have happened had I not. There's no use in giving too many what ifs. Too much to do in the meantime.
You're right. When we parted ways a while back, that was actually the biggest thing on my mind. Possible way to go home in time. Go home. Maybe be able to change things, but you know what? especially after encountering Nick, Pixie, and all of the rest of them, well, I don't think I would change it, seeing the man you've grown into.
I'm glad someone could. And the thoughts crossed my mind as well to talk to Pius and try and find a way to send you back, but I have a feeling that would come with its own difficulties. Maybe in time, though. Until then, enjoy the now.
To say this, and you watch him kind of reach into his bag. He clearly does not have a bag of holding, but he pulls out this large for a game box and pops it open, and it's full of game pieces, a board, cards.
So, thanks to your friend Nick, I happened to pick up and learn a new game. Would anyone be interested?
Sure. Never passed it.
Yes.
What are the stakes?
Not exactly a gambling game, but
So, above the table, how many of you are familiar with the game Talisman? The board game Talisman?
Nope.
Just the name.
Familiar.
Just the name?
I know.
Yeah. So, let's call it a plot synopsis on the game. Essentially, it is an RPG board game. Each person has a character they play that has a unique ability. They have their own set of starting stats. There are 3 circles to the board, an outer, a middle, and a center right. The goal is to be the one that gets to the center and completes the objective. The base game came with multiple different objectives, as well as the expansions of that even more. Lots of character options and the such. He essentially pulls out this game with all the expansions. But the idea is basically everyone's an adventurer out on their own, trying to either defeat the Lich at the end or find the Grand Relic, things like that. But it is literally an RPG game format. So it's the same thing here. It's basically, people who, love adventures and such, give them a taste of that type of action. Games should only take about 45 minutes to an hour, but it is not really a gambling game.
So who all wants to play?
I'm down.
Yes, I'd love to.
Bring it on.
Can I be blue?
all right. There are a few characters that have blue borders. That makes 5. We got room for 1 more.
9. I haven't gotten to play too many games with people, except when Pius and I were playing some checkers.
Ah, yes, and you stomped my ass.
Ha!
Well, this will probably be a bit different. I don't know this game.
Neither do
Yes. You should play with us, Hermit.
Alright, that sets a full table of 6 to play the game. Like I said, 1 round typically takes about 45 minutes to an hour, and you'd probably want to play at least 2 since the first one's just getting the hang of the game.
Mhm.
Which would put it about 3 p.m. By the time you get through that couple of games, he's more than happy to keep playing, or do something, play a different game, or really anything. But it's about 3 p.m., and you have your choice of what you want to do until bed.
Ah, nailed it. I have no idea if I actually won anything.
Ah, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Thank you, Lyrimar.
I'm confused. Did I win?
No, you were going backwards around the board.
Yes.
I was wondering about that. I was wondering why I was the only one going backwards.
Also, you used grapes and not dice.
No, they were. Wait.
I think those
Fuck!
were
My.
berries.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh! I used my good berry.
She didn't even
But
know.
Well, maybe next time.
That was fun. I gotta go take care of some things real quick. I'll see you on an hour or so.
Okay. Lyrimar, if I could, I have a couple of things that I think you should take with you. They'd be much better in your hands than mine. And he'll pull out the the zombie slayer short bow, and the 3 quivers of arrows that he has.
Ah, it's quite the finely crafted bow. What does it do?
Well, it's extremely good against the undead, but it's also, like you said, a very finely crafted bow. So it's magically enchanted to give you a few benefits in aim and impact.
Well, I won't say no to a good weapon, not with all the mass of fighting that I will be going through.
And these arrows are very specific as well. They're meant to fight the forces of evil, like infernal forces and the like. So use them sparingly.
Of course. Thank you, my son.
You're welcome. Sit down. We have a lot to talk about that you might see. And I'm going to spend probably the next hour catching him up on the demons versus angels situation going on, because the Kindhursts are pretty heavily involved with that.
Very true, very true. There's a point during this where you get a pretty big reaction out of him. Why did my brain just forgot a very important name? Luckily, I have it written down.
Viklam, Zethia, Pazuzu, Zariel.
It was the Viclam. When you mention that Zaldre Viclam is not only Twilight's biological mother, but an archangel, he really reacts to that.
Are you fucking kidding me? She's the high priestess of the Church of Mir in Invictus Terra, the capital of religion in the world.
She still sits in this position.
I can only imagine that she does. I mean, as an archangel, clearly she has the lifespan, but even as an Asimar, many of them live extensive amounts of time. And like I said, she was the high priestess back when your mother and I were there. The fact that an archangel seated themselves in one of the greatest positions of power possible in our world says a lot for how dangerous this war is going to become.
Well, I think you'll be sad to know that the enemy forces to these angels has also seated themselves in some pretty powerful places. One of the archmages also is held, or archmage seats rather, is also held by a demon, Zariel.
That is very grave news. It looks like this army that you and your girlfriend are building is going to see even more bloodshed than I could have imagined. Honestly, if Raven's not as harsh as I expect, I might push her to be harsher on all of the troops.
Already encouraged it. I don't think it's just a war that's coming. It's something big. And we should all strive to be prepared.
You know, there's an old saying about interesting times. I wouldn't wish interesting times upon even my greatest of enemies. This is a time that I wish none of us had to live through, but it's coming whether we like it or not.
Yep, I think you're right. We've all got to weather this storm, so batten down the hatches. I think that was pretty much everything that you should be caught up on, at least knowing or having known before walking into this insane situation that we find ourselves in.
Yes. And it also gives us an opportunity, depending on how deep Crow and Raven's connections go, we might be able to start investigating some of the individuals close to both Zuldre and Zariel. We might be able to learn of other outsiders that may have already put themselves in position. Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a number of them throughout the world. And we'll have to figure out who's on what side and where the power struggle will truly fall. If you make any headway on that, please let us know. I'm sure.
Well, based on what you've said so far, and my knowledge, as outdated as some of it may be, the Geinhurst have seated themselves in all of the world's major powers. They are all powerful, and seeing as going to war with them, that is certainly going to be just a single factor in the war between angels and demons. I highly doubt that they are not aware of those in power.
Likely not. As far as this war goes, he reaches up and grabs the necklace that he has given from Tempest. I really hope it'll be decided a lot quicker than a battlefield. If we can cut the head off the snake, maybe the body will die. But we'll see.
We can only hope so, but given the nature of humanity's foes, I doubt it'll be that easy.
My thoughts exactly. Well, come on. Tristan should be cooking up some supper by now.
Yes, Twilight, you each have about an hour leading up to that point. And like I said, Twilight, you can more or less move again.
All right. So did I hear the whole thing with the about the angels, or was I just kind of?
Oh no, that was a private conversation.
Okay. She's just gonna go get high. Like she's gonna go randomly go get some shit.
Okay, so this is you finally reach in your bag and notice that all of your stash is missing.
She goes to the cat.
Did you say the cat?
Your cat
She's gonna
most
ask-
certainly did not take it.
No, she's gonna speak with animals to figure out who the fuck took her shit.
Oh, I thought you were going to smoke the cat.
No,
God,
God.
no.
How they put a different level?
I have some morals here, guys. I love animals.
Take some trimmings off the hair.
Your cat has zero idea what was going on. And with like the semi-frantic nature of it, a bit of like almost like a sigh of relief while speaking to it because it thought you were gonna like shove its butt in your face and force it to pee like South Park.
Oh my. Okay, she's gonna ask her little
Oh my
loving
God.
plant what fucking happened to it.
It has no idea either.
Oh my god. Yeah, she's gonna be starting to throw a fucking tantrum here, like frantically looking everywhere for it.
You're gonna spend a good hour basically turning the place upside down as much as you can without causing a problem. To know, as Tristan is bringing out the most basic ass meal you could imagine: beans and toast.
Tristan, I thought we said we wanted food.
Sorry, I'm figuring out how this kitchen works, and like I said, I really don't know how to cook. I was kind of worried about burning the meat you had on hand.
Well, you won't know unless you try. I'm just picking at you, though. This is fine. Thank you.
Whenever we have free time, I'll give you some pointers.
Is Tempest at supper?
So, we still have to cover what Pius and Tempest were doing for an hour. Tempest, full jump to you. You seem to have known what you wanted to do.
I went to go work on achievements. I had the time.
Ah, yes. So, Wrath, you, like I said, you would have had time to evaluate those identify. So, for everyone's knowledge, the Dimensional Scythe deals 2d6 necrotic damage instead of the normal 2d6 slashing. It allows you to make melee attacks at 30 feet. Attack rolls against you have disadvantage, and you can cast Misty Step a number of times up to your Charisma modifier per long rest. The Eternal Skin raises your Strength, Dexterity, and Constitution by 2. Your base speed doubles. Your AC is at a +5. You have immunity to necrotic damage and roll advantage on saving throws versus negative conditions like poison, paralysis, and sleep. But with that said, I need you to roll me 12 D100s, because we have to determine all those random benefits and detriments.
Well, D100.
Yes.
Damn.
Right. So the first 4 are the minor benefits, the next 4 are the major benefits, and the last 4 are the detriments.
Damn.
That will take the time to actually write this all down for you, but for the sake of it being on stream, in case I need the reminder, the 64, while you're attuned, you can use an action to cast a first level spell, of which I will be determining, and you have to roll a d6. If you roll a 6, you can cast it again, otherwise you have to wait until the next dawn. 89 is the same thing, except a third level spell. 93 is while you're attuned, you get another +1 to AC, and the 42 gives you resistance to 1 damage type of my choice. The next 4 for the major benefits, 63 is 5th level spell, 76 is a 6th level spell, the 38 is when you hit someone else with a weapon attack while attuned, you deal an additional 1d6 damage of the weapon's damage type. And the 56 is a 5th level spell. You just got a shitload of free spells per day, or per long rest. Holy crap.
How did you do that?
Detriments, the 6, the first time you touch a gem or piece of jewelry while attuned, the value of it is reduced by half. 25, you emit a sour smell up to 10 feet away. You now smell like Twilight. The 87 is while you're attuned, animals within 30 feet of you are hostile towards you. Twilight's cat now hates you. And the 99 is while attuned, one of your flaws is amplified in a way determined by me. We figure out all the specifics of that, like I said, between sessions.
I'm not a fan of the 2587.
I will give you the flaw that's being amplified is your refusal to eat vegetables. It is amplified to the point where you refuse to eat anything that is not meat.
But cookies.
Even cookies.
It's not worth it. It wasn't worth it.
Oof.
I mean, if there's beef in the cookies, you'll eat it.
I'm more worried about the smell and the hostile animals.
You can always spend time unattuning and then reattuning to roll different.
That's risky.
Yes, it is. But we will figure that out later. For the moment, though, you head back and you have a terrible smell. And look at the beans and toast when you get back and physically gag. Pius, what are you doing for that hour?
Pius is relaxing for once. He seems pretty calm, doing his little routine maintenance on his body, taking some plates off, checking to make sure no madness is leaking through. And he's going to help Tristan clean up the kitchen as well.
Right, so now we're all up to speed. Beans and toast on the table.
So there's
Any
beans
reactions?
and toast on the
Yep, Tristan has brought out beans and toast. Rat
Oh, hey,
has
Tempest.
poked fun.
Hey,
Thank you.
you want some of the beans?
I think your skin tight suit there is holding in some old sweat.
I thought that was me.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll deal with that later if it's a problem. There's solutions. Wouldn't
I can
worry
try.
too much about that.
Hey, do you have your snack bag?
Yeah.
I have a snack.
Yeah, sure. Honestly, I'm on the same level here. What
Oh,
the hell is this?
Good. As Raph pulls out like a turkey leg from like medieval times or Ren Fair.
I'll pull out whatever meat I can.
What meat you pull out for yourself?
Damn. I don't know meat well enough.
Tomahawk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull out like maybe the leg of a buffalo chicken. I don't know.
One of the massive buffalo chicken wings.
Mhm.
It is very hefty, but looks like it's from a baby buffalo chicken.
I'll take it.
All right, any plans for after dinner? At this point, all of you have kind of taken note that the hermit's been moving here, tidying up there, dancing around. He's humming a tune the entire way. Seems in very high spirits.
I can't bring myself to lower the mini.
Pius doesn't sleep, right?
Technically.
Yeah, Twilight's gonna go over to you. May we have a chit chat? please?
Sure. What's up?
Well, like, privately?
Okay.
You think she's gonna confess her undying love for him?
I've been waiting this whole journey for such a thing.
Okay, now that we're, alone, what's on your mind, Twilight?
Where is it? Where is my stash of shit? Like, my fucking, my weed? My smoke shit? Like, I know you took it. So, can I have it back, please? You're the only one that doesn't sleep at night around here, from what I know of.
He stares at you for a good minute before he responds.
Twilight.
Yes?
I don't know where you got the idea that I took your stash.
Well, you're the only one that doesn't sleep at night, and my shit's gone, so...
I understand that, but that is a terrible argument.
Okay, maybe, do you know who took it?
Do I, because I am conscious when I'm in Interlude, do I remember ever seeing anybody go through Twilight's bag?
No, because you are normally outside and not aware of everyone inside.
Oh.
But there's one very obvious flaw in her logic on why it must be you. Geraldine doesn't sleep either.
Well, I don't know who took it, but I'm not the only one in the group that doesn't sleep. Forgot about Geraldine. And also, I don't have any lungs.
If you're fucking with me on this, Pius, I swear to God, I have no problem killing you.
I would love to see you try, Twilight.
Okay, so it wasn't you. So it's probably her then. If she's
Well-
the only one that doesn't sleep?
Yes, but why would she take your things?
I don't
Especially,
know.
she also doesn't really breathe.
I know,
She's not
but
alive. She doesn't need drugs.
I know that. But neither do you.
Well, right.
Okay,
Then
so
no one else in the party would have taken it. Think about this. When was the last time you saw them?
Been a little over a week.
yeah, about a week. But I know I had a
Terrific.
lot of shit. So there's that. So if it wasn't you, yeah, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go hunt this down. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay, best of luck, and we'll talk about
Thank
your addiction later.
Getting out, you have another thought. You were so drunk last night that you did most of the night. There's nothing to tell you otherwise, but you equally could have just smoked through your whole stash last night.
Holy
And just
shit.
don't remember.
That could be true too. She's just gonna go out and find more shit at this point.
All right, give me a survival. Everybody else, you still have 6 hours till you have to go to bed.
Fred. While they're doing that,
I have a question, DM.
Yes?
To actually ensure that I actually do really good on this roll, can I actually use my talk with plants to actually really get a kick-ass high?
You have advantage on the roll.
So that would be what, 2D?
2d20 and take the higher.
Okay.
Does it sound like you had something though?
yes, it's just Dippus is kind of awkwardly poking at Rav to talk with him one-on-one for the moment.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, is the smell really going to be a big thing? I kind of did an attunement. That's really the only thing I actually am hating about it.
You're fine. If that's what it takes to make you happy, is to wear leathers that trap, days worth of smell in them at a time, that's perfectly okay with me.
Obviously, something like this would come at a cost, I'm sure.
Of course. It's not
Well-
forever. You can end it any time you want. It's whether or not it bothers you that's the real question.
I can live with it. I've never been the most social creature in group environments. It doesn't
we just
bother
don't-
you.
Maybe we just don't send you as a delegate next time.
Would be smart.
Fair enough.
Okay, it doesn't bother you, then it's not a problem. Though do speak up if it does at any point.
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Huh. Also, what the hell is up with Twilight's cat? Why is it, growling?
No, it was fine before you got back. I think it took up a dislike for you.
Yeah, maybe, though. Wouldn't take much effort to end it either. It knows better.
Don't think it's going to do anything as long as you don't fuck with it.
At least Clay's not acting weird.
I don't think Quay is a typical beast.
I mean, bird, feathers, kinda.
Goes poof whenever you kill it.
What?
You heard me.
Oh my god, where's Calm?
That actually depends. Where's Quay?
Okay, is wait on top of the instant fortress.
Calm's up there with him then.
I hope Clay doesn't dislike me.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I get the feeling that it's a little more intelligent than a cat.
There. At least Clay doesn't go around licking parts of itself.
That you know of.
Alright. Well, if all is well, This thing is so cool. I feel so much stronger. I can't wait to really test this all out.
I'm sure we'll get the chance soon enough.
Though, I might start looking around. Maybe there's fragrances I could use. I might be self-conscious for a bit.
Do what you must. I'm sure, as probably disinclined as you are to ask, Twilight could probably point you in the direction of a few good-smelling flowers.
What did you say?
I like you are not there to hear it.
Oh, I thought you guys said my name, so.
I did, but it was referencing you. Not
Oh. Okay, sorry, my bad.
I mean, as right as you are, trying to get that one question out and are focused, that's a different story. I mean, kinda off right now, I think.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
I don't know. Do you hear that? Sounds like she's just rummaging through things.
Yeah, what's
Or
going on?
she did.
Oh, do you think Pius turned her down?
Oh my god, I wouldn't blame him.
Should probably
Let's go
go figure
find
out
him.
why she's turning everything upside down.
We could do that. Or we could just go and...
Sorry for interrupting. I figure it's worth noting. Just make it a little quicker. Her drugs went missing. Sorry for... I don't mean to eavesdrop. I've just got really good hearing.
You're fine.
Whatever you heard stays here in this moment.
Have you ever stopped and smelled me before? I haven't bathed in over 100 years.
You know what? Fair. I'd say there's two people in this party who would technically overpower. I feel better now.
Oh, I'm glad we got past that. Her drugs
Yeah,
are
cool.
missing, you said.
Yes. I guess they went missing sometime while I was unconscious. Maybe before. I don't know.
She didn't just smoke them all.
It's possible, honestly.
Best to stay out of that warpath. I think I'm gonna go do some training.
You could always test Tristan out, see how he handles. He's more of a support, but still has to survive.
If he feels like he's up to it right now, sure. Where is he?
I have no idea. I haven't adapted to his scent yet.
Sounds so strange on the outside. Alright.
How
well,
loud.
I'll go find him. See if he wants to get some afternoon training in.
So, for your information, it's a surprisingly subtle smell. It doesn't have much of a musk, as you would call it, but it is fishy in nature, but is very subtle. Very difficult to perceive at times. It doesn't take you long to find him, though, when you go searching for him. He is currently on top of the instant fortress as well, watching Quay and Calm with avid curiosity.
Way up there!
No, what? What?
I was just about to go off and do some afternoon training. You want to come?
Sure. Sounds good. I need a distraction.
Come on.
He makes his way down as quickly as he can, which is so fast as he seems to just jump off the top.
Wait, say it again? Sorry.
He gets down quickly. He literally just jumps off the top of the fortress, lands on his feet.
Wrath has a moment of hesitation where they're going to cast Featherfall, and then they have the thought of, no, he was confident in this. Let him see what he's got.
Once he lands, he kind of looks towards...
You know, I think this is one of the coolest things, in my opinion, about what this little effigy has done for me. I can jump up there from here.
Quite the leap. Do you have to get a running start?
A little bit. Just a few feet, though. Want to see?
Sure.
You watch him kind of wind back. He runs about like 6-7 feet and then just vertically leaps up to the top. You can see, though, because of the way it blows his robes up a little bit, you see his muscles tighten, and you swear you are looking at an actual dragon's legs as he jumps.
Interesting. Well, that's amazing. Have you been able to augment any other parts of your body, like your legs? Heighten your strength in your arms, or the toughness of your chest?
So he pops back down, so you're not having to yell back and forth.
Honestly, it's not so much augmenting, not a choice at least. Like I said, I'm kind of transforming into a dragon. My muscles have developed and changed on their own. These scales, they're really tough scales too. I've actually had blades bounce off of them, or equivalent to blades. They were claws.
Wrath has his arms crossed, and you can hear the tink, tink, tink as he taps his own claws against his scales. The dragon's hide is nothing to balk at. I feel like we might be on a similar path, you and I. My ancestry has been coming out more and more along this journey, and it seems you might share in it somehow, even if it is vicariously through your totem.
Yeah, it might be. What, you said you want to do some training?
I do. Maybe we start with some forms. Are you much of a swordsman? What's your weapon of choice?
You watch him just kind of like look down and bring his arms up, his hands up closer to his face, seeing the rather sharp claws he has.
Honestly, I've never held a weapon in my life, but I grew these claws, so I've been getting used to them.
Wrath has been like shrugging off gear and clothing and whatnot. As Tristan says that, he stops for a second and thinks. So you like your fists, do you? Tell me.
Yeah.
What do you know about the ways you're able to manipulate your magic? Have you tried manipulating it besides the natural flow that it escapes you?
A little bit. Nick spent some time trying to kind of teach me, but from what I can tell, they were a bit of a novice in terms of that as well. A very studied individual, after all.
Nick had trouble seeing the natural rhythms and flows that magic has, I think. Too many calculations and numbers to him. Well, fists it is then, as Wrath takes off the final sword from around his waist and sets it to the side. We'll just go through the motions to begin with, if that's okay with you. Follow me and just mirror my movements. And Wrath's going to go through like a mock battle of forms, if you will, where the movements are just mirrored between the two to be evenly matched. But he'd like to activate his blade song during this, and he's trying to feel out, much like he did with Nick, how he was able to understand how Nick saw magic. He's trying to use this fight and slowly increase the tempo of the training, to kind of see if he can hear the song of the magic of this totem and understand it a little bit better.
Yeah. He follows, of course, to the best of his ability. It takes him a little bit to pick up kind of just the basic forms and movements. But as you take your time and you're watching, you're evaluating, you eventually notice that there's this drumming, almost like a deep, ancient chanting in rhythm to a drum that seems to fuel the power, as if a dance that he's subconsciously following. And this dance starts to adjust itself to your rhythms and the forms you're leading him through. This song is not just ancient, but familiar, as if it's been beating in your chest your entire life.
One final observational question. Does it seem like this power, as it's flowing through him, it's adapting to the fight? Is that what you're describing? It's adapting to the tempo that we're going at and keeping pace after a certain point?
Yes.
Yeah, he'll just run him through until, I imagine, Tristan runs out of gas well before Wrath does at this but kind of approaching that, seeing the breathing getting heavy, Wrath will calling into it. Well done. That was amazing for someone.
Roll a Constitution save first, before we get to that point.
Sure. You want me to roll it? I'm sorry.
Yes, Wrath and Tristan are both going to roll a con save.
I got a dirty 20.
4. You find yourself actually running out of breath before he starts to pant.
All right. Well done. You did it seem like when we got into the heavy rhythm of it, the intense portions of it, that Tristan was more or less aware than outside of battle?
Awareness didn't seem to change on a conscious level, but you notice like his eyes would shift and move and almost naturally follow, and his ears would prick up as if just he was subconsciously more aware than he was consciously.
For one so fresh to swimming, you certainly follow a channel well. That magic is powerful, and you flow through it very naturally. It allows you to adapt to a lot of different situations. If you can focus a little more in those moments, you might be able to change what it might be able to do for you. Very well done, though.
He nods and thanks you for the compliments, and you can tell he's thinking about what you said, trying to figure it out in a way that fully makes sense to him, not just superficially.
All right. Well, enough practice for today, huh? Time for some rest, relaxation.
All right, Bias and Tempest, you still have some time before that happens.
I should have said something sooner, but I was going to say, at some point, I just came out to watch them from a distance in hellhound form, just lying under a tree.
All right, so Wrath, you and Tristan went for about 3 hours. The two of you have amazing stamina. And it shows in just how long you could run those forms before one of you actually started to feel the exhaustion, the stress on your muscles. Yes, are you just continuing to sit around and enjoy yourself? Because Lyramar is down to play games. The Hermit is happy to dance, maybe sing along with you.
Yeah, he'll dance with the hermit. Fuck it. Not very well, but he'll do it.
So you can tell the Hermit honestly knows nothing about dancing. He's just naturally graceful. So he's able to keep with you so that, like, no one's toes are stepped on, literally.
I don't even know if I would feel it.
Well, it's more you stepping on his toes. He's got bare feet.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But yeah, you have 3 hours worth of time that you can be doing whatevers. If you don't have anything specific, we can just move on.
Yeah, nothing else really.
Yes.
Yes.
Have you looked at that sword at all? Considered using it?
Oh, yes, I've forgotten about that sword. We've been through so much. I've completely forgotten about it.
You thought about it at all? I mean, there's no need for it right now. I'm just curious. In times like these, I imagine it would be barking at the door, so to speak.
I suppose. I haven't really thought about it. Not really.
Fair.
Just to verify for myself, you're talking about the sentient sword, correct?
Correct.
It works at silence to speak to you, Pius, saying it's on your person through its telepathy.
I would not bark like a dog. Besides, even for the chance of a fight, no one in that town was your enemy. I do not slay allies.
You'll get your chance at some point.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing. I'm just trying to boost myself up, you know.
Yeah.
No, I was talking to the sword. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. What did it say?
It said it doesn't kill allies, so it hasn't really had much need recently.
I mean, our experience with it kind of doesn't contradict that. It did seem honorable.
Yeah, that is an upside. But I feel like since we've acquired it, I've gotten a little stronger of mind anyway.
Absolutely.
So I feel as though I'm ready to use it when need be.
Sure. I was just curious is all. Trying to keep track of all the crazy items floating around here, especially with Twilight's levitate spell going off every day. That's it.
All right. Takes you a few hours. If you really take your time, you are looking for something with potency. You want marijuana, but you can tell that it's fairly high potency for being a naturally growing plant in the middle of the woods. And I'd say you've probably lesson about being intoxicated by yourself after last night.
Right.
So
yeah, she's not looking to get like.
Kind of yeah. So as you all are wrapping up right there, kind of gathering again towards the instant fortress, and Twilight walks in, the hermit kind of stops and talks to all of you.
So, I know my time is short, and it's probably even shorter than I think, but I've been working on some songs, thinking them out. Ones to do justice for the heroes of the Highroad. I was wondering if you'd all want to sit around and listen.
Of course.
Yes, I would love that.
As always, thank you all for joining us. I love you. Bye-bye, Kupo.